Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to learn how to program the buttons on the STEMBoT 2. First things first, make sure that your STEMBoT 2 is plugged into your computer and go ahead and open up your favorite serial programming terminal. I am going to use PuTTY. When you open it up, you should get a screen that looks like this. Go ahead and hit Control-C to exit out of the main code and you can start programming. The classes and the functions used for accessing the buttons are contained within the switch module. So the first line we're going to type out is from the switch module, we will import the switch class. And the switch with the capital S, that class is what allows us to determine whether or not you're pressing a button. To access the switch class, I'm going to assign the variable A to switch with a capital S, and in parentheses, and in quotes, A. Now, if you type in A and you press enter, it's going to tell you that A is a switch object, and that's what we want. To determine whether or not A is being pressed, we will use the function value. So type in A.value and then parentheses. The value function returns a Boolean data type, which means it's either going to return true or false. Since we're not pressing the button right now, it's going to return false. If you press the A button on your STEMBoT 2 and you hold it down, and then on your keyboard press up and enter, it will return true because you're pressing the button. The available buttons on the STEMBoT 2 are A, B, C, up, and down. So for instance, if you wanted to access the down button, just like before, except you will put down in quotes. To demonstrate how the switches can be used, we'll go ahead and write some code to turn on the red LED whenever the A button is pressed. So just like the previous video, we will import PYB, which will give us access to the LEDs. Go ahead and assign variable red to LED1. And then we're going to make an infinite while loop, which tests whether or not the button is pressed. If it is pressed, we'll turn on the red LED. If it's not pressed, we'll leave it off. To make this an infinite loop, we'll start with a while1 statement with a colon at the end. And then we're going to do an if-else statement. So start with if A.value is true, make sure true is capitalized, and then end this with a colon, and it will automatically indent, meaning that if A is true, as in if the button is pressed, anything following is going to happen. In this case, we want to turn the red LED on. Now it automatically indents again. In order to get out of that, just press backspace once. Then we'll do else, as in if the value is false, because it can only either be true or false. And make sure the LED is off. And then we will finish up this while loop. And now that the dots have disappeared and the arrows haven't appeared, we know that the code is running this infinite loop right now. So if you go ahead and press the A button, the red LED will turn on for as long as you hold it down. As with any code in this prompt, in order to exit, we will go ahead and hit Control-C, just like at the beginning of this video, and it will return us to the programming mode. And that is how the buttons on the STEMBoT 2 are programmed. Thank you for watching.